Aloha guys, welcome back to the channel, Survive or Thrive. Today is September 21st. We're in Kaanapali, Hawaii, where some of the victims of the fire are being housed from Red Cross. So if you guys want to introduce yourselves, that'd be awesome.
My name is Reece. I go by Reece.
And my name is Brock Evangelista.
Can we learn a little bit about you?
I moved to Lahaina when I was 18, so it's been about 3 years now. I worked as a surf instructor at Breakwall with Bullies Surf School, and I was a server at Prison Street Pizza.
And I've been in Lahaina for 4 years, since I was a freshman, and Lahaina has shown nothing but love to me. I've had a wonderful and beautiful experience in Lahaina.
Awesome. So on August 8th, where were you guys?
On August 8th, we were at his home. The power was cutting off in and out. We just kept going in and out of sleep because there was nothing much to do, and the wind was insane, super crazy, super intense. We wake up at around 12 or 1. We're still like in disbelief of how crazy the wind is. No cell service, no power. We decide to go to the store at around 3 p.m., 3:30. I would say that the smoke started up around 2 p.m. Wasn't too crazy, thinking it could be handled.
And yes, it was an unusual day because of the weather. It was crazy windy. Never felt it before, never in years that I've been here. So that was weird. And back onto what she was saying, around 12:01 is when the fire started. It started to make its way down the hill to the point to where even my neighbors are starting to notice it. It was probably around 2-ish where everyone's starting to notice the fire now because of the smoke that is coming down. And so around 3:36 is when we decided to go to Foodland because I was hungry. Electricity's off, so we can't cook anything. We go drive over there. It looks like an apocalypse. It's smoky, not too many cars on the road. We get there, electricity's halfway working. By the time we get out, it looks even worse. We're going back home, and as we go back home, smoke from up the hill completely swallows our car. It's just black. You can't see anything. And so from that point, we knew, all of us, we looked at each other, we're like, it's time to go. We go to the house from that point and we get everyone packed up and ready to go. I go inside, I'm telling my mom, we have to leave now. This is very serious, otherwise we may not make it. She doesn't want to listen to me, we argue. I go outside, my dad is getting ready to fight the fire that's coming. And so he's soaking the whole side of the house, the road, the neighbor's roof, gutters. Meanwhile, Reece is inside.
I was frantic basically, and trying to find where our cats were, trying to tell the kids that we need to at least find the cats. We saved one of our cats, her name is Pepper. Trying to pack what we need. I grab all my pareos just to make sure I can help people cover up. We had like 8 kids with us and about 4 adults. Conveniently, my underwear is there, everything I need to take with me. His dad, he opens the door, everyone's gone, everyone's in the car. He opens the door and he screams at the top of his lungs, just like, get out, we need to go. There's no time to do anything else. I hear that and we both look at each other and we're like, this is serious. I run out into the car, open the door. First thing I see, smoke just hits my eyes. And there's flying embers, they're on fire. I barely see the car running under the smoke because it's coming from the roof and it's just covering everything above us. And I barely see the car. I like have a hard time opening the door because the wind's still really strong. I finally get it open, slams wide open. Everyone's in there in disbelief, everyone's crying. So many things happening. Brock's right behind me, he grabs his stuff. Right after that, we shut the door and we head out.
So you're evacuating?
At this point, we're evacuating right now.
Leaving the house?
Yeah.
Did you have trouble? Were you like blocked in at all, or was it just open roads? Or I know you guys were like one of the last ones out, right?
Yeah, we actually were. So picking up where she left off, the fire comes to the house. We're inside. It's super dark. My dad yells with a yell we've never heard before. We could tell by that it was bad. And so when we jumped out of the house, we had to duck under the smoke from the roof into the car. So we get into the car. It's hard to get out. You know, everyone's tripping. Everyone's mad. Everyone's like frantic. We get to Prison Street Pizza. We sit there because we had to look for our auntie to see if she's okay. And then we look back at our house and we can tell that it's just gonna take the whole Lahaina. We're just looking at the wind and the fire and we're like, can't stay here. Look at this. It's gonna get worse. So from there we go from the 505 road. If the 505 road led all the way out to Lahaina, that's how you would want to envision it. And so we're in this line of rows of cars, and we didn't know why there's rows of cars, but now we know it's because the cops was telling everyone to turn around. I don't know for what reason, but I sure can't think of a good one. We're in this line for about 30 minutes and everyone's frantic. We're panicking still. People are yelling at each other. The tin metal roofing, not too heavy, flew into somebody's car, and that's when my dad, he was the driver, so he knew from that point. He's like, okay, we're getting out of here. We go into the incoming lane that is open so that we can get onto the side road to the highway. So that's what we do. We get onto the highway and we go through the barricade with there's a fire truck. I think the poles are down too. It's set up to where you shouldn't be able to go through if there was authority. There was no one there, very luckily, so we got through. And as we get through, there's an officer on the other side telling other people, turn back around. If he wasn't doing that for other people, he would have told us to do that. We escaped.
So, what would you guys say your biggest concerns moving forward are?
I'm hearing lots of rumors about Lahaina turning into this really digital
Smart city.
Smart city. I'm really concerned about the locals most of all. They've already had to deal with a lot of things being taken. It's just crazy to think that it was gone in a matter of hours, and who knows how long it'll take to rebuild. All I know is that the families of Lahaina still need lots of help. There's a ton of accounts or pages that you can find their Venmos on. Long-term goal, I feel like the Lahaina community just needs help rebuilding. And that'll take years. Rebuilding what they had at their home and rebuilding the town itself.
My concerns would be the land being made not for the people, but for someone else's idea of what they would want, just because they have power to do so. I'd rather think that, if it is about the community, all these well-known people are trying to make it I think they should really put their money where their mouth is and show it instead of say it, and actually show us some evidence so that we can see that they're actually doing it instead of saying it. Anyone can say anything nowadays and make it like they're doing something.
Well, awesome, guys. Thank you so much for sharing your story, and for everybody who is watching on the other end, we'll leave their Venmos and PayPal and everything to connect to these guys down in the description below. So please reach out. Anything helps. You guys lost everything, and your cats too. It's just terrible. Really consider it. Anything helps. Like I said, I'd like to just thank you guys for tuning in and hearing the story. Please, I urge you to do what you can. Of course, like, comment, subscribe, and tune in for the next one. Aloha.